It may be required at times to insert a code between two other codes. So in this case we have a left shoulder and a left match code. And you might want to do that by specifying a distance or a percentage distance between the two codes and a slope, working from the inside code to the outside code. Or conversely, you might want to work from the outside code and insert a code towards the inner code, specifying a slope and then some sort of distance. And there is now a custom variation to handle that case. So we're going to go and add a new custom variation, and we're going to add one called add code between two codes. So what this does is allows you to specify a chainage range. It allows you to pick the inside code. So the inside code here is the left shoulder. And what we're interested in doing is adding in a new code. We're going to call that GB, so it'll be LGB for the left. We're going to insert its position relative to this inside code. And what you'll see here is that you've got a couple of options on setting the width. So firstly, you could say, I want it to go 75% of the distance at a slope, and then go back and attach this edge code. And that attachment will not move the outer code. Okay, so it's about keeping the outer code position. Or you might want to set a width. So if I go percentage and I say, let's go 75% along, and I'm going to set a slope from this code outwards. So I'm going to do it at minus 2%. Okay, so I'm sort of preserving a verge that's 75% of the distance between the two. So you have the ability to basically push that code out. You can then play with those percentage distances. The slope that you get left over is the remainder slope to carry and match that outer code elevation. You can do this with different inputs for slope as well, so you could do it with an elevation difference instead of a slope, and you can obviously specify rise over run instead of percentage. You also can set the width, so I might want that width to be 3 meters, and then it will go 3 meters out from that edge. So conversely, in this variation is the ability to actually do this not measured from the inside code but from the outside code. So when you measure from the outside code, we're actually measuring to this code called LMatch here, which just coincides with the batter. And we're going to set the width, and then we'll come up at 2% from that code. So when I add this, we come up at 2%, and then what is left is the slope in order to match that code elevation. So this is a variation to insert a code between two other codes, and critically you get to either insert that code relative to the outside code or relative to the inside code.